Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing such a fun video that I'm super excited for, and I haven't done it before. This is like my first kind of interactive video with you guys. So if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, on my TikTok, which if you guys haven't followed my TikTok, go ahead and follow me there. I put out 4 stories where I let you guys like blindly pick. I did the whole like Sarah Carelli thing. I know we've all seen the Queen do it, where she like covers the picture of the book and puts emojis, and then you guys pick the emojis for me to read, but it's blind, so you guys don't know what you picked. And I did that this week, so we're just gonna go over the results. I haven't seen who has won yet for like each ones, but we're gonna go through the pictures. So on the first one, we had the little admit won the ticket, the magic wand, and the little sparkle emoji, and that was for Legendary by Stephanie Garber. Because I haven't read it, I didn't realize how difficult it was gonna be to put these emojis down without having read any of these books. Like, obviously if you read the book, you would know like what emojis like would go with it or would make sense, but this was a struggle. So I'm actually really proud of these emojis. So I have this one, and then you had the skull, the snake, the crown, and for that one it was for Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Kingdom of the Wicked did end up winning with a whopping 66% to 34%, so this will be one of the first books that I read. Then for number 2, I had a little hook, I had a sparkle, and I had a fairy emoji, and that one was for Hooked by Emily McIntyre. The second one that I had was a little skull, a red heart, and then a little ghost emoji, and that was for Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. I've been wanting to read both of these books for a really long time now, so I figured I would put them against each other to see like if people guessed, because okay, I do want to say that for Legendary, somebody guessed the series. They didn't guess it was Legendary. I don't think they knew that I had already read Caraval, but they guessed Caraval for that one. So I think that's the only one that people actually guessed. Anyways, back to these two. Hooked won 56% to 44%. So I will be reading Hooked by Emily McIntyre this week, which I'm super excited about. So many people have been talking about it, and I really want to read it because I want to know what the hype is about. Okay, then the third one was a little like hockey in a puck, the fire symbol, and then the sun symbol, and that one was for Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I read Icebreaker in like July, I think. Then the second one, I had the thumbs down emoji, the numbers, and then like a little laughing symbol, and that was for Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. I really want to read this. I don't know why I haven't yet. I think I've just been like so busy with other books. I think I would be okay with either, but I really want to read Mr. Wrong Number. So let's see who won. Wildfire won 63% to 73%. Whoa, no, 63% to 37%. So I'll be reading Wildfire this week. Not super disappointed because I feel like if I didn't read it for this video, I probably wouldn't have gotten to it, which sounds kind of bad. Not that I didn't want to read it, I just was kind of like iffy about it. The last one that I have was a sword and like a little muscle emoji, and then I had a window, a monster, and a magic like wand for the next one. And the first one was Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. I really just kind of picked this up randomly. I'd been wanting to read her books, and it was either this or Red Queen, but I wanted to get into this because I know that this is like her most recent series that she's put out. So that was that one. Then the second one was One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I might end up reading this book this week anyways because I really want to get to it, and Bailey really wants me to get to it, so I just might do that, but it depends on how reading this week goes because this guy is a thickum, so I don't know. This might be like a next week type deal, but I do want to get to it very soon, so yeah. To recap our winners, we have Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco, we have Hooked by Emily McIntyre, Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and then Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. I kind of want to see if Realm Breaker has an audiobook or not, because if it does, I think I'm gonna do that because I have like some traveling to do this week. Oh, it does have an audiobook. Okay, so I think we'll do that. I think for tonight, it's between Hooked or Kingdom of the Wicked, and I kind of want to start Hooked, so I think we're gonna do that. This was the one that I was most excited for out of this list, so I think this is what we're gonna start. Yeah, you guys are just gonna follow along with me through this week to read these 4 books, maybe 5 if I can get to One Dark Window. I'm definitely gonna take it with me this week while I'm like not home, so that if I have the chance to read it, I do. Yeah, this is not a bad list of books. I honestly don't think I would have gotten to any of these like now if it wasn't for this video, so good deal. But yeah, okay, let's just get into the reading part. Yeah. I just started reading the author's note. It's kind one of my favorite childhood stories. Like, I have a tattoo dedicated to Peter Pan, and we already have met somebody named Jamie Barry, which is really funny. If you don't know, the author of Peter Pan is J.M. Barrie. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this, y'all. It's been like 30 seconds since I last said anything. Are we dealing with Hook's nephew? Like, I know it was like Hook, but I thought it was like actually Hook. But he just said he was dealing with his uncle. I guess I should probably just like read to find out, but... that a certain character is gonna be the one that actually betrayed him, if that makes sense. It's really hard to take this seriously, I'm not gonna lie. I'm having fun so far. I'm having a lot of fun. With that said, I am 214 pages in, so I have like 76 pages left. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out, and then we'll do a review. Somebody on my TikTok was saying how they couldn't believe like all of the twists and turns that this book has taken, and there hasn't been any so far. So hopefully there's one coming that I just don't see, but there hasn't been any. One thing I am glad to see is that at least she recognizes that it's toxic. You know, because like sometimes you'll watch or you'll read books and it's like there's no way that you can't know that this is like not normal, you know, but then like to them it's normal. Well, I'm not even sure if it's normal to them, but because they're in it, they don't see that it is in fact toxic. At least she recognizes it. He literally manhandled her, and not in like a nice way. And then kissed her. Like, sir, you just left bruises on her. Cannot be me. I just finished Hooked, literally like 10 minutes ago. And I thought we'd talk about it a little bit because I have some feelings. And I need to get them out pronto, yeah? So first and foremost, he could not come up with a better name than Pet. Pet was the name that he was using. And while I'm not upset, no, I don't like it. I did not like it. It just felt really like forced. You know, like there's some nicknames that like kind of just they work and they seem fine, and some just feel very, very forced, and that was one of them. And yeah, so I didn't really like that. I will say there was 2 twists that I guessed, like I figured I knew that they were coming. Well, 3 technically. There was one that I didn't guess, and it kind of like didn't really make sense. I mean, like it made sense, like I get it, but it just seemed kind of like thrown in there. Like there was only one thing that I can remember that like alluded to it. Obviously, I'm not gonna like spoil anything, so I'm not gonna tell y'all what, but if you know, then you know. But yeah, so I mean, like, did I have fun with it? Absolutely. Like I had fun with it. It was a super quick read. I think I remember saying this at the beginning of the vlog, but like the book was just flying by a lot faster than what I thought it was going to, which is why I think it took me so long to like want to pick it up, because I thought it was going to go by super slow for some reason. But I liked it. I think I would probably end up rating it like a 3.5 stars because it was fun. I enjoyed it. I didn't really, you know, like not want to read it. Like I was generally pretty excited to pick it back up, but it was just some parts were a little cringe. And because I had the knowledge of the story, I think I talked about this a little bit as well, but because I knew Peter Pan, like I'm super familiar with that story, the books and the movie, well, the book and the movies. If you know about the book and if you've read the book, you're very familiar with the story. Some things are kind of like Easter eggs, like with the clock, you know, just some of like the quotes that she put in there. but I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I liked it. That's just me like being picky about it. Anyways, so it's time to pick my next read for this video. And I have one of these three to pick from. I think I want to save this for next week. So it's between Realmbreaker and Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I did have the audiobook for Realmbreaker, but it was just such a difficult book to listen to. So I don't think I'm gonna continue with this audiobook. I kind of want to read Wildfire. I think I'm gonna start Realmbreaker. I think I'm gonna save these two for next week. Here's my plan, I think, okay? I think I'm going to try to get a good chunk of the way through this today, maybe tomorrow. I am going Black Friday shopping tomorrow, which I'm gonna do a separate vlog for that. I want to get as far into this as possible, and then maybe once I'm like comfortable enough with the story and I'm in the world, then I'll start the audiobook for it again, just because I feel like this one being as thick as it is, it's gonna make me not want to read it. I'm in that mood where I don't want to read big books. All right, let's get to reading, babes. Okay, so I know the lighting in here is not ideal, but I really don't have another choice. Hi, baby. I got 50 pages into Realmbreaker and then decided that I could not read it right now. I can't get into it. So we're gonna X-nay on that. I know you guys picked Realmbreaker, but here's the thing. I know a lot more people want me to read One Dark Window, which if you guys don't remember, that was the first, or that was the other option for that little like fantasy genre that I did. I'm not going to be reading this probably anytime soon. It's not a hard DNF. It's just I know I'm not gonna read it right now, and I know if I do try to make myself read it, I'm gonna end up in a reading slump. And that's one thing that I was trying really hard not to do this year, is to force myself to read books, and that's gonna include for videos. So sorry guys, I just can't do it. I can't do it. So I'm gonna end up reading One Dark Window when I get back home, because I don't have it with me. I think I'm leaning towards Wildfire right now, so I'm going to start this tonight to get as far into it as I can before I go to bed, and I'll either update you tonight or tomorrow on it. We'll see. Okay, hey, hi, hello. It is the next day. It is 11:50 a.m. if you wanted to know the time. So Wildfire is going by quicker than Realmbreaker was, which, I mean, of course, it's a romance, so that's gonna happen. So I'm probably gonna spend some time reading. I got some tabbing stuff because I forgot all of my tabbing stuff at my house, and I'm 3 hours away from my house. So I just got some stuff to like tab or whatever, because there was a lot that I wanted to tab last night, and then I couldn't because I didn't have any of my stuff. So we're going to crack open this baby. Let's do my initial thoughts. I got to chapter 3, which is Russ. So Aurora and Russ just met. Okay, I'm not going to tell you the conditions that they met in, because spoilers, but they just met. She just like finished with her situationship, I guess, and she just met Russ. I do think this is going by faster than Icebreaker for me, because when I read Icebreaker, it's not that I didn't like the characters, I just didn't necessarily connect with them that well. Nate and Anastasia just like weren't my favorite couple, but I'm liking Aurora a lot more. So I'm thinking that this one is going to be a higher rated book for me, because I think I rated Icebreaker like 3 stars. So I'm thinking from where I am now in the book, I'm predicting it to be like a 4 stars. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and annotate and just get right into it. I need to stop talking so much. This is... Robbie and JJ like to make things interesting. I knew he'd be involved somehow. God knows what the dares are. Rory, I'll see you in there. How interesting are we talking? Why don't you come with me and find out? Now, now that may seem like a very mild thing, but if anybody ever said that to me, then we get to his point of view. Why don't you come with me and find out? It sounded good in my head, but now that I've said it out loud, I can't help but eternally cringe. He's so sweet and cute. How much trouble can one game of Jenga cause? My friend Joe is heading to Yale Law School, and they asked him what's considered a felony in California. I'd be scared. I'm like 50 pages in, and I will say I really like the fact that we're getting to see them and like have them meet before we get to the summer camp, because I know that the most of this book is supposed to take place at a summer camp. Like, we're not there yet. I'm on chapter 6 and we still haven't gotten there. I really like that. Like, I really like that we didn't just jump into it, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, we're getting to see all of the characters that we liked in Icebreaker in this one, and we're just getting to see the whole dynamic there, and I'm really enjoying that. He made her a paper dove. They haven't even, like, if we get caught in the rain, we'll just enjoy the rainbow. And I'm not crying, you're crying. Like, there's no reason to cry. I know that it's not necessarily like a sad thing, but just like watching their relationship grow and have it not be just like based on lust, I guess, and have it be like them actually getting to know each other. Seeing how sweet Russ is and how kind Aurora is. It's not fair for this man to have this much game. Well, green is my favorite color. What type of green? Ogre green? Whatever shade your eyes are. Russ, Russ, Russ. Hey, hi, hello. It's a little bit later, like 3 o'clock. I have finished Wildfire. I'm gonna save my official rating until the end of the video, probably, just because I'm kind of conflicted on 2 ratings for this. So I want to be sure before I actually give the rating. And let me just say, I really enjoyed that. Like, I really enjoyed it. I was talking about this on my TikTok. I enjoyed Wildfire so much more than Icebreaker. Like, because with Icebreaker, like, it was good. It just wasn't, I don't know if I just wasn't in the mood for it at that time or what it was about it, but I just was not my favorite. It took me a long time to finish it. Like, I think it took me a couple of weeks to finish that book. This one, I finished it in like 2 or 3 sittings. This last time I sat down to read it, I think I was only like 150 pages into it and I just finished it, and this book is almost like 400 pages. But I'm like, I don't know if you guys can hear me, I really do not feel well today. I kind of have a headache and I just like don't feel great. So, which I think it's probably from Tyler. I think he got me sick because he woke up this morning super sick, and I woke up not feeling great either, so amazing. Anyways, I don't know what I want to read next though. I have Kingdom of the Wicked here that I also have to read, and then I have One Dark Window. I'm so indecisive until I'm not, and then it's like the complete opposite of what I said I was gonna do. It's 3 o'clock now, and I'm just gonna see how far into this book I can get before I inevitably pass out. I knew I made the right choice. This first page, right, it has a quote in Latin, and the quote says, "If I cannot bend the will of heaven, I shall move hell." And that quote is also in The Mortal Instruments, which is my favorite series of all time. I can't tell what time period this is. Okay, I think it's modern time. Never mind. It's just... I thought this was... So update, I'm on chapter 5, which is page 41, and we just met one of the brothers. The setup is like pretty good so far. It took me a little bit to like get into the story, and I am more into it now, which is good. As if we didn't already know that the bar was set impossibly low. This man is sassy with tattoos. He has spoken 3 sentences, and I'm already like, what do you need? What do you need? What can I do for you? Maybe I can't kill you, but I'll find other ways to make you suffer. And he goes, trust me, your very presence is accomplishing that. And it's not that I'm liking it, but it's not like I'm not liking it. I'm a victim here. I got to page 221 last night, so I'm like a little over halfway. I'm really enjoying this so far, you guys. Like, okay, here's the thing. So I feel like I had a little bit of a difficult time getting into it at first. I think I'm just super impatient and I wanted wrath, and now I got him. But yeah, no, I'm like I'm really enjoying it so far. She's met like a couple of the brothers now, so she doesn't just know Wrath. I think she's met Envy, she's met Greed, and they're trying to figure out like a couple of things right now. There's a couple of big points that we're trying to figure out right now. I'm excited to see how it ends and how we end up leaving Wrath and Amelia's relationship, because here's the thing, I didn't know going into this that it was going to be an enemies to lovers type deal. Like, I had no idea. I don't know necessarily what I thought it was going to be, but it didn't click to me that it was going to be enemies to lovers until she literally tried to like him within the first like 10 minutes of the meeting. And it's been like them going back and forth ever since, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. Projected rating, what I think my rating is going to be for this is going to be like a 4.25. That's what I'm thinking. So far, that's kind of what it is. I'm really enjoying it, but I'm also not like in love with it, if that makes sense. Because I also feel like part of it is setting up for the rest of the trilogy, because there are 2 more books, and then there's like a spin-off series too, or a spin-off book that just came out. So there's a bit more like material that we have to get through. So I'm assuming that what we're seeing right now is kind of like a setup for the rest of their relationship. I don't know if the rest of the books follow like the different brothers, or if it's just following like this storyline. I really don't care to look that up right now, just because I don't actually want to know. Anyways, so my goal today is to finish Kingdom of the Wicked and then start One Dark Window, which is our last book for this video. Did she really think she was getting out of it that easy? Like, she just said, we're done. And it's done. Girl, what in this book has been that easy so far? I'm not even gonna lie to you, that one ending was kind of whack. It made sense, right? But like, I don't like it. I will say, I feel like the ending like kind of dragged on a little bit. It probably could have been like 50 or so pages shorter, and I think it would have hit a little bit different, just because it was like a lot of build up for something that was kind of obvious, I feel like. I don't know how I feel about that, so we're gonna wait probably until the end to give my rating for this, because I need some time to think about that. I'm probably gonna go eat something, and then I'll get started on One Dark Window. Okay, besties, it's officially time. I'm going to sail the uncharted waters. I don't know what that means. Should we do like a predicted rating for it? So, okay, given what everybody has been saying, I think I will end up rating it, I'm gonna say a 4.5. I don't know if it'll be a 5-star. I should also mention, I have zero clue what this book is about. I've never heard it being described. I have less than no clue about what I'm getting myself into. Just wanted to put that out there. Hey, hi, hello. It's a lot later. It's like 6 o'clock now. Hi, Hazel. And I'm on chapter 10, which is 100 pages into One Dark Window. And if I'm gonna be so honest, my thoughts on it so far are really kind of mixed. Like, I feel like not a lot is happening so far, and so it's making it, I mean, it's not that nothing's happening, it's just that it's moving really slow, I feel like. And I know it's because it's setting up a whole like fantasy world, and so the first like 100 to 200 pages of a fantasy book can feel really like slow moving, because you're trying to get all of the world building and you're trying to understand like all the rules and stuff like that. We just found out like a fairly big plot point, like literally like the last page, which I mean, like, it was alluding to the whole time, so like we knew it was coming. And I think at one point we were told that it was coming, but it finally happened. So I'm hoping that it's what's gonna like pick up the story a whole lot more, and so it'll start to get a little bit faster paced, because I know that everybody loves this book, so I want to love this book, but it's not quite there yet for me. Like, I'm sitting on like 3 stars right now, if I'm being honest, but hopefully that picks up. But because I'm like sick and my body's aching really bad right now, my back is killing me, and it's probably also from laying down a lot since I've been sick. So I'm gonna go take a scalding hot shower to see if that helps kind of like my muscles relax a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower, and then I'll come right back to start the reading. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I do plan on microwaving my water to get it warm for the tea. And if any of y'all have anything to say about that, don't. So I am on chapter 22, which is page 241. So I literally have like 150 pages left maybe of this, and I don't know why it's so difficult to get through. Like it's not that it's bad. Like, this is the weird thing. It's not that it's bad. I'm really enjoying it. And the thing is it's like with some fantasies, it's difficult to enjoy it because either the setting is kind of convoluted, so you don't really like get a clear picture of what's happening, or there's just too many rules to understand, and so it gets difficult to understand that way. But then none of that is happening with this. Like, I can see the setting, I can see everything so clearly, and it's really good in that way. The writing is really good. I'm not like necessarily bored while I'm reading it. It's just not hitting, if that makes sense. And honestly, I think the reason might be is just because I'm in a really heavy like romance mood right now, and it's 240 pages in, and we have not seen a romance thing happening yet. Like, there's some like little slivers of it. Like we get some hints of a relationship happening, but it's nothing like romance. You know what I mean? And I think it's because I've read 2 quote-unquote slow burns in a row. Like, I would count this more as a slow burn. Like, I've read 2 of them in a row, which I think was the problem. Like, I went from Wildfire to Kingdom of the Wicked, which was an excruciatingly slow burn, to this, which is a very slow burn. So I think I want romance right now, which is part of the problem. Like, it's not necessarily the fact that it's fantasy, it's the fact that there's no romance in it. That's really messing with my brain right now. So I don't know, it's still good. Like I said, I'm enjoying it. I just think that I would enjoy it more if I had read it when I was in more of a fantasy mood instead of a romance mood, if that makes sense. Now, I don't think this is a YA book, so I think like if we do get to some romance, it'll be like heavy romance, if that makes sense. But we haven't seen it yet, and I only have like 150 pages left, so I'm hoping that we'll get to some soon because mama needs her romance. I need to stop. We're done with that. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna power through these last 150 pages and see what we can come up with, because it's rough out here for a girl. It's rough out here. Not even gonna cap. Okay. But I have officially finished One Dark Window. I got through it and I lasted. And to be so honest with you, I have no idea how I feel. Like, it was good, and the romance was good, the plot was good. I just don't know why I did not connect with it. Like, that was really the biggest problem, I feel like, was that I just didn't connect. And that really sucks, because I wanted to, like, love it with all my heart, but I just, like, didn't really feel anything for the characters. And you know what? I think I'm probably going to chalk that up to reading too much too fast. Like, I took advantage of the fact that because I'm sick and I'm not able to, like, go out and like do stuff, I literally just like read the whole time. So I finished these 3 books in the past like 2.5 days. I don't know, and I feel like it wouldn't have been as big of an issue if I was reading like all romance books. And what I will say about One Dark Window is that there wasn't a whole lot of mental effort that necessarily went into the world building. Like, I didn't have a difficult time understanding the world, or like, you know, like I was talking about before, the rules and just like the general stuff about this world. I didn't have a difficult time getting at. I think I'm gonna settle on like a 4 stars. And here's the thing, I think that if I go back and I reread this book, I think I'd enjoy it a lot more. I just think like it was right book, wrong time. So I'm not saying that I dislike it. It's not getting a low rating. I just was not in the right headspace to read this book at this moment. So it's gonna get a 4 stars. I'm sure if I go back and read it at a later time, it'll probably be a 5-star read. From what I've heard, Two Twisted Crowns, which is the second one, is like way better, or it's even better, which is what I keep hearing. I'm gonna continue on with the series. This is not something that I hated. Thank you guys so much for interacting, if you did, on my TikTok to help me pick these books. I definitely want to do more because I do like interacting with you guys on my TikTok, and I like letting you guys pick what I read. So I feel like that's really fun, and I want to do it more. And I think I might start doing this like a monthly thing, maybe. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging around with me, and I will see you guys in the next one.